What's going on, everybody? I'm back. Hope everybody's well. It's been a little bit, but I have a video that I feel could be helpful to some people, especially the newer WoW players. I've only been playing for about 6 months, so I want to share what I've learned so far, things I found hard, good, a lot of fun. And with going into the new expansion of Shadowlands, I feel like this could be helpful, especially towards those newer players. So we're going to start with my class breakdowns that I've played so far, what I thought, then we're going to go into some the professions that I've done, what I think that I've liked, what I've disliked. A lot of this is opinion. Like I said, I'm not professional, have not been playing long, but I feel like a newer player's input could be helpful, especially if you have never played and you're thinking about playing. So let's start off. This is my warrior. This is the first class I ever played. Loved it. Melee DPS. The two-handed. It's a fury warrior. Loved it. My issue with it is I leveled back when it was, now it's 60 cap. When it was a 120 cap, I leveled at 0 to 120. And I felt like I wasn't getting stronger. I felt like I was dying very quickly. And I started with two friends. One was a warlock, and the other one was a BM hunter, Beast Mastery hunter. And compared to them, I felt like I wasn't doing any damage. Also, didn't know to focus on item level at the time, which definitely helps make you stronger. So overall, love the class, but I wanted to try something new. So my second class that I moved into, my reason behind moving into this class is it was supposed to be reworked in Shadowlands, which it has been. It's gotten buffs and whatnot. And that is my Unholy Death Knight. I know. It wasn't a Vulperian when I started, but it is now. He was a Tauren, actually. Love this class. My issue with this class, it felt too easy. The basis of the class, which kind of I feel like has changed, was you send out minions, and then you get more minions, and then you get spells, and you use runic power to melt down your opponents. Felt like I wasn't, after going from a warrior that I was in their face, constantly DPSing, trying to melt people, to this class, I liked it. I like the fundamentals, I like the class in general, but I didn't like how easy it felt, and it was slow. Really slow, especially since I started as a Tauren. But now that Shadowlands has dropped, I've played a little bit more of it. I haven't really played my Fury Warrior, not gonna lie. Played a little more of this. Still super strong, even stronger than my original plan of playing it. But now there's a little more melee involved. I like it. It's fun. May save it for PvP, but right now it's on my number 3 on my list. Okay. The next, my current main, is my Balance Druid. Okay. My favorite part of the Balance Druid is that I can heal, switch to cat form, bear form. If I need to tank, which I've had to tank just because the tank died and we're just killed the boss and just need a little bit more on him. Definitely useful. Cat form just to go invisible, run through dungeons. And then my casting. I love being a caster class. I like being support, standing back. I play a lot of FPSs in my life, as you can see on some of the other videos on my channel. But I don't know. So usually FPSs, how I play FPSs is I'm in your face, first one to rush in, charging. Thought that's how I would want to play WoW. hence why I started with a warrior, rushed in, heroic leap, attack, building fury, and as soon as I played druid, I fell in love. I went with balance because balance was like also supposed to get a rework, which it did in Shadowlands. Dots now do more damage. They brought back the eclipses. There's a lot, and I love it. And this is my plan to main, especially while raiding. I don't really know what else to say about it. Just that I love it. I don't really have any drawbacks because if I'm in trouble, so say I'm taking a lot of damage, I can step back and pocket heal. I can pocket heal our team if I need to with some rejuvenation. It's just an overall, the utility and everything in the class is just what I want from this game. Okay, so that's my main, that's my Shadowlands go-to. The next class that within the last 2 weeks have been leveling, got up to 50, is my sub-rogue. She looks really, really cool. Love her. Not really a fan of the class, though. It brings us back into melee DPS. You're nice up and close. It's all about the shadow attacks, and it's fun. It was really strong going into it. I wanted it because I wanted to play more PvP. My druid's really good in PvP, especially right now with Star Search. That you can give it that extra buff, and especially if you hit Wrath and all that, and you build everything in your Star Surge. It's really strong. But my rogue, I wanted to be up and close and attacking people, and I personally do not like the class. That's just me. But it's not a bad class. If that's what you like to shadow attack and go invisible, and definitely recommend giving it a shot. It's a lot of fun. You're very squishy, but there's a lot you can do to stun people and just 0 to 100 them. What I do like about the class is the lock picking, pocket picking. It just gives a different feel to the game that I'm a big fan of. My most recent alt. This is my secondary alt that I will be running besides my druid. This is my other thing that I will be leveling, is my disc priest. I started this class about a week and a half ago and just fell in love. She looks pretty cool too. Just absolutely love it. Love healing. Don't know why. I think it's just that it's so different, but that's why I like the disc priest, because I can still high DPS. DPS is part of being a disc priest, so I like that I can DPS and that will increase my heals, or I can increase my heals and then DPS. I can move around. Yeah, you're not great at movement. Your movement's not good at all if you're getting attacked. I do like it for PvP. It's fun. I just all around big fan of this class. And yeah, they keep getting nerfs, but it's still going to be one of the top healers in Shadowlands. So that's why this is my alt. Alright. Moving on. Let's go back to professions. So my warrior's professions are blacksmithing and mining. Okay, mining I have maxed out. Blacksmithing, not even close. The reason I really like mining, we'll start with mining. So the reason I really like mining is I've made a lot of money off of mining. You get the ores, you get the bars, you go wherever you want. I found a few rotations that make some really good, collect some good ores that have made me a good chunk of change. Blacksmithing. The reason I don't like blacksmithing is if you want to pay for it, it's very expensive. Even though I'm a miner, but for certain things I need to get 17 of one ore, and then you need other things, and you can only do it if you have an anvil, and I just felt so limited while doing it. so I never leveled it. It was one of my first professions. It just felt clunky, and I wasn't a fan. Okay, probably one of two of my favorite professions I have on my Death Knight, and that is herbalism and alchemy. Love herbalism, especially if you have Sky Golem. A little pricey, but it's just so much fun. You fly around, you don't really get dismounted, you fly around, pick up an herb, move on, and just continue. It went really fast, it felt good. Alchemy made me some good money, especially BFA alchemy at the time. Now it's hit or miss. Alchemy could have high potentials in Shadowlands. Same thing with mining and blacksmithing. Mining, because you need a lot of the materials to move forward in Shadowlands. For the most part, it's just a lot of people don't want to grind them, so that's why they'll be useful. But herbalism and alchemy are definitely two of my top professions. Highly recommend them. They're just fun. They were easy. I banged it out in about a weekend. Really enjoyed it. My druid, skinning and leatherworking. My druid started off as skinning and enchanting. Enchanting was fun, but very time consuming. And two of my friends both have enchanters that are maxed. I didn't find the point to fully max my enchanting, so I switched over to leatherworking. As my main going into Shadowlands, I wanted to have a skinning leatherworker so that I could make legendaries and just all around be useful. Especially for myself, I could self-rely. That's why I have max herbalism and alchemy. Now I have max skinning and leatherworking and max mining. But I'm not going to make anything with blacksmithing, so I don't really care. My rogue does not have any professions on it because I don't enjoy playing on it enough. My priest has tailoring, because she wears cloth, and inscription. I started off with engineering, absolutely hated it. It was too much like, oh, make a screw, and then you gotta find an anvil and make a different screw, and then you take that and put in a bomb, and the bomb makes something else. Not for me. So I switched over to inscription. Love inscription. Would definitely work better with herbalism, just because you can mill flowers, and it turns into inks and things you need in order to make the inscriptions. But I'm really enjoying it. It's got a lot of potential, especially going over into Shadowlands. So I'm glad it's on my alt, because those two will definitely be helping make me some good coin. So overall, those are how I feel about my other ones. Oh, let me just mention, you have a paladin. It's a holy paladin. I didn't finish leveling it because I switched to disc priest because the heals when I started it had not been buffed. Holy paladins have had a healing buff since I stopped playing it, but the heals and everything just, I didn't like the class. My shaman, I started because we were all my friends and I were messing around with LE shamans, elemental shamans. They're really strong. They're still really strong, but I've loved my druid too much, and it wasn't worth messing around with that class. My hunter is an alliance because it's working on achievements. If you finish the BFA, you get 2 mount. BFA and board, you get 2 mounts. It's on level 45. It's a boosted character. I'm not a big fan. Maybe one day, then I'll switch it over to Horde. Definitely. Oh, if you haven't noticed, I am a Horde player, obviously. Horde for life. But, so I've gone over all my classes that I've played, what I've liked, what I haven't liked, my professions. Now going into Shadowlands. I'm going to give you my opinion, what I feel, what I'm most excited for. Start with my druid. I'm excited for the covens, which, as of today, has been nerfed a little bit. So I'm thinking more Night Fae. And we shall see how that comes out. I'm excited. I think the AoE damage is going to be really good, and paired with my friend who's a Shadow Priest, we're going to hardcore level as of Monday, 6 p.m. And that's our plan, and it's just, I think it's going to work out really well. I'm excited to play it. The legendaries that you get to craft them yourself it's going to be a lot of fun. For my priest, I'm thinking Venthyr right now. That might change. Probably not. But I'm excited to level my priest as well, just because of the differences. Well, they're not really that different, my priest and my druid, except I can heal more with my priest. I was tempted to switch my druid over to Resto, but in my opinion, I needed that class, especially for raiding, and I don't want to raid heal. So that's my thoughts going into Shadowlands and my class breakdowns. If you have any questions, definitely leave a comment. Be sure to like this video and subscribe. If you like this video and you want some more, I'm thinking about maybe going back to streaming some WoW. Definitely leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. All right, have a good one.